That's the easy one to talk about because you can say we missed it. We missed it in the interview. We missed it as part of our screening. What tends to happen, in my own case being a perfect example of what I talked about before, about being willing, because we needed to come up with a shock program for Harry, I went to Farm and Fleet and bought a portable cattle prod. And I remember checking out and having this clerk say to me, you must be putting down a big one. And I'm going to use it on Harry. And I remember feeling incredibly uncomfortable. But we had the approval of the governor, which is why I'm not impressed with human rights committees, ethics committees, because what can happen is if you allow stuff on the menu at all, there's ways you can always ratchet it up to say, this is such a thing. Do you know the only reason we didn't use this? Because on the way back in the car, I shocked myself. I pulled over to the side of the road and I said, if we're going to do this on another human being, I want to see what this feels like. And when I did it to myself, I immediately made a decision, I will never do this. And then I made every single person on the unit, including all of the clinicians, shock themselves before we did it to Harry. And once we got to some of the therapists, and particularly the psychiatrist, they said, I'm not putting that thing on myself. I said, this program's dead. We've got to have a different standard about whether or not something works. And that's the problem with saying, well, it works. Because you can keep ratcheting up stuff to the point where it'll work, but it not only dehumanizes the person receiving the abuse, it dehumanizes the person delivering it. And I think that's unconscionable.